Okay, bet. What is up, good people? It's your man, Carl Richard Sambo, back with another banger. Yes, of course, another banger. On today's episode, we are on my first ever YouTube live session. Let me know how you're experiencing this so far, but otherwise, on here, I don't know much. I don't know how to navigate this, but I'm starting. I'm starting, and that's the most important. And I hope if you are also starting or looking to start, I hope you take what's this encouragement from me who's starting and just taking a leap of faith. And yeah, I'm not sure how much different it is from going live on TikTok and stuff, but I have gone live on there, and I decided let me go live on here as well because yeah, the value I have to give, someone could do with it, in the sense that, as you could read in the title, Sheen and Daniel Wellington plugs. Sheen and Daniel Wellington plugs. If you are a fan of Daniel Wellington or Sheen and you want discount codes, this is the place to be. This is the place to be. I already have a package. It's right behind me where yeah, I already have a package which is right behind me. It's from my Sheen US campaign. So I recently got a Sheen US sportswear campaign where I was basically shopping for much of like my, well, hunting basically for sportswear, and I got a couple of stuff. So if you guys also want to see that live unboxing on here and have any questions, please, you are more than welcome to ask. Here is the package, you know. And then otherwise, if you want to know what codes to use, okay, for instance, if you are shopping on Shein US and you want 60% off as a Shein user, or you just want any of my picks, go to Shein US, type in the code 6XASN, yeah, 6XASN, right? And then if you want 25% off on your Daniel Wellington orders, this applies worldwide. And this is almost Valentine's Day. Please, you can just go to Daniel Wellington, type in Carl YS25. That's CARL YS25 as one word, and then you can get 25% off on any of your Daniel Wellington watches if you're buying them online. One brick one says great content, bro. You gave me confidence to buy from Sheen. I thought it was a scam. Clothes. Thank you so much, firstly, for the positive comment, man, and being the one subscriber that obviously is on this live today. I appreciate that, and blessings, man. And also, it's a pleasure because I mean, I'm an influencer or I'm a content creator for Sheen. So, my job as an influencer and as someone who wants other people to not go broke trying to be, trying to look fashionable or whatnot, I have to give you that value of being able to know what you will get or make an informed decision or even get to save, and yeah, just have a good experience and obviously be able to buy, because I feel like Shein is such a plug, and a lot of people don't know this because maybe they've never had someone who would maybe shop on their behalf or do what I ordered versus what I got, you understand? So yeah, me personally, as someone who's looking to give people value, because also I want people to not go broke, but buy things more affordably, and Shein being one of those places where I know people can buy a lot of decent stuff more affordably. Yeah, it's really a pleasure, man. It's really a pleasure, and thank you so much for the positive comment. And then, yeah, I'm seeing more and more people tuning into the live. Hi guys, my name is Carl Richards Sambo. I am a content creator slash influencer slash model slash a new dad. Yeah, my little boy is now 6 months. Yeah, 6 months as of the 5th of February. Yes, his name is, well, my name, just with the junior in the middle. So he's CJ, let's just say that. And then, yeah, CJ, I'm his dad, trying to navigate, fatherhood, new to fatherhood, but it's been great so far. Other than that, just know that if you ever come to If you ever tune into my content, the value I want you to get, and don't never think of me as a creator who's trying to stunt on you or flex on you. I don't believe in that. I'm already a model. Much of the clothes that I get them for free, or I get them and have to post. But anyway, my point is, think of me as someone who's hoping you get value and know of alternatively more affordable options, like especially if you're into fashion. With that said, I do have an Amazon storefront, right? And then I also have an LT Creator storefront as well. I also have a SHEIN storefront. I have a Timu storefront, and then what else? Yeah, and I've worked with a couple of US based brands. And but really, like you would see on my bio, I'm more of the creator. Like if you want affordable, practical, everyday clothes for men, yeah, I'm the guy you should go to, you know. So if you are maybe someone who's starting to build your wardrobe, but you don't want to break the bank, check out some of my content. If you haven't shopped, if you have never shopped from Shein before and you are trying out Shein for the first time, check out some of my content. I make a lot of what I ordered versus what I got videos, hoping to help some from buying from Shein. Ooh, let me just switch off my phones. I'm not sure if that's what's affecting the sound. I wish someone could confirm in the chat if I'm audible, or does my sound good? Can you guys hear me? Because yeah, I took a risk and I decided to go live today. I didn't I don't have that many friends. I didn't call anyone to be on the other side of this live. I just, took a leap of faith and I was like, you know what? I was on TikTok. I was enjoying going live on TikTok, and I'm like, let me, while I'm feeling confident or feeling in the mood, extend it to YouTube as well, because the value I have to offer anyone who has to watch my content is the fact that I make what I ordered versus what I got videos. So those kind of help someone be better informed to buy something. But if it's not that, I also have discount codes and referral codes that allow someone to buy some of the things that they've seen on me, or some of the things that they would like to try at a discount. Like, for instance, if you like to shop on the Shein US website, you can get any of my picks that you've seen on my videos with 60% off if you are a new Shein user. All you have to do is literally search, go onto the Shein US website, type in the referral search bar, type in 6XASN, and then you should be, directed to my Sheen picks. Now, all of my Sheen picks, most of them actually that are on there, I actually own, or I have actually made a video on, so you can even just double check to see, okay, how did that look on him, or you know. But you get to make a better informed decision. It's not a situation where you're just buying things that are on a list because maybe someone is trying to make money. It's more of you are buying something that you can even verify how it looks. Because I'm not gonna lie, Sheen is a marketplace, so there's different sellers, there's different stores. So some stores, they have an Asian cut, some stores have a standard American cut, and some stores are true to size, or some stores sell true to, what's the other word for, because sometimes you can order something and it could be a different color if it's a different store. Sometimes the same store, but it could be better quality. Just maybe sometimes they mess up on the items, because it can happen. But yeah, some stores are solid, some stores are not, which is why I make the videos that I make, hoping to help some of you. But anyway, please, good people, if you are watching this, don't be afraid to just support a small creator. Support a small creator. Tap the screen. I don't know how you actually like on here. I don't know how you actually leave a comment on here, but I would appreciate that. And yeah, I also hope you are good. I also hope you're good. I also hope, especially, I don't know what time it is. If you're watching this, you can let me know where you're watching this from. But from where I'm watching this, it's currently 13 or 12:30
midnight, 12:30. And yeah, it's almost most people's bedtime. But anyway, my point is, I'm in South Africa right now creating this video. If you're watching this video from anywhere else, please do understand the context. If I say, um, you know, don't forget to pray and, be, I guess, be having a good evening, that sort of stuff, you know. But otherwise, I would like to extend like a thank you to anyone who's tuned into my content, to the one comment on this live where, it was just great content, bro. It was just positive words, very encouraging. And I'm just like, yeah, thank you so much. It means a lot to me because clearly, um, yeah, much of my audience is US based, right? And I'm a South African based creator, but I work with a lot of US based brands because I don't know why, but I think it's easier for US, what's the word? US companies to feel I relate more or can be used or can be incorporated to their marketing strategies or campaigns, whatever. I hope you get what I'm saying though. So I'm really grateful because that also comes from the fact that, like, if you are South African and US based brands are able to work with you, they work with you because much of your audience seems to be, or much of your audience or your target market or who you can relate better to seems to be like, US based people. So with that said, I'm just like, yeah, thank you so much for giving me the chance and being able to tune into my content. And then otherwise, I'm just like, please do yourself the favor of not missing the value that I would like and appreciate you to have, which is like, if you're gonna buy from SHEIN, do check out some of my videos so you don't make a mistake or you don't buy, something that you would later on regret. And if it's not that, it's just what's the word? Yeah. Like, just check out the content, make sure you like what you see, and then buy. Otherwise, um, you're more than free to ask for either opinions or something. But yeah, good people, thank you so much for tuning into the live. And I would like to remind you guys, anyone, if you're watching, if you're afraid to just tune into the live, I'm a Christian creator. I'm a Christian kind of influencer. So don't expect from me, if you are also Christian, what you wouldn't get on here and say and do. Like, I'm not about to be doing too much. I'm also a dad, a new dad. So I have to be, firstly, respectful. I have to be necessary. And I have to, yeah, I think, give value and focus on giving people value. And I definitely know that my value is not in entertaining people, as in like dancing for people, but maybe giving you my 2 cents on, certain outfits, certain items. Also, with that said, are there any Daniel Wellington fans in the chat? Are there any Daniel Wellington lovers? Because I'm also a Daniel Wellington ambassador, and if you use my discount code, which is called YS25 at Daniel Wellington, then you get 25% off, So yeah, that's kind of like that kind of helps more so with Valentine's Day around the corner. So you can definitely get yourself one of those. If it's not that, for future references, after Valentine's even, you can, still use my discount code and get 25% off. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of hard, but I'm glad I took the step to just go live because I'm just like, yeah, right now we're currently on 3 likes and it's been 15 minutes. That's kind of crazy if you ask me, but I do understand the nature of, internet personalities or how internet shapes people. A lot of people tend to want to engage where they see other people engaging. A lot of people tend to want to be rude, and I'm just like, come on, big chief. But besides that, I'm just like, yeah, I'm hoping you're having a good evening, and I hope you are tuned into my content. And what else? Yeah, I hope you're having a good evening. I hope you're tuned into my content, and I hope You get value. You get value. Like, if you love Daniel Wellington, know you can use my discount code CarlyS25 at checkout to get 25% off. If you love Sheen, know that you can use my discount code. Actually, I have a couple of discount codes for Sheen, but yeah, this is my latest Sheen US package. That's a sportswear package. Now, if you want me to do an unboxing on that right now on this live, I wouldn't mind, but obviously, I'm still navigating because this is my first time ever going live and I didn't tell anyone. I just did it on a whim and I just trusted or I just had faith that it's not going to be a bad experience. Like, even if I don't have that many people tuning in, but I was just like, yeah, let me just do it, and I did it and I'm doing it, and I'm just like, yeah, if you want to get yourself value while you're watching this, please remember that yeah, I can do an unboxing for you or unbox my latest package. Otherwise, you can get my discount codes. And then, yeah, besides that, I'm just like, yeah, I'm Carl Richard Sambo. I'm a content creator slash male model, fashion model, the works. Black man standing on business, you know what I'm saying? It's not that easy, like, especially when you're no longer as young or whatever, but you know, if you have value to give, I feel like that's all you need sometimes. I feel like that's all you need, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't need to be doing too much or saying too much, just, give the value and help someone else, someone make smart buys. And then, yeah, let me actually check out some of the features on here. Big head, stickers, even. Poll. Do you like, yeah, let me say, do you like Daniel Wellington? Do you like Daniel Wellington? Done. Start the poll. Can I move the poll? Nah, that's okay. Let's. I can't. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now I'm a bit slanted. Okay, that's fine. Let's just leave it like that. If you're watching this, please just try to engage on that poll. I'm gonna be a bit of an NPC right now. Do you like Daniel Wellington? Engage in the poll, guys. Engage in the poll, please. Okay, well, not please, but if you want to engage in the poll. Engage in the poll. I wish I could see who is like tuning into the live, like getting to see names and stuff, like how you would on, what's the word? Like how you would on Instagram. Or not Instagram, but even TikTok. On here, you can't even see who joined the live. You can just see one person in the live, and I'm just like, oh man, come on. Show me who joined the live so I can be a bit more personal and say hi to them if I know them. But otherwise, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know who is joining the live, but just know I'm glad to be having you join the live. This is my first time going live on YouTube. I typically go live on TikTok and slightly on Instagram. I'm more of an Instagrammer than anything else because I mostly post fashion content, like fashion pictures. On here, I post like fashion videos, more specifically what I ordered versus what I got from Shein. And then, yeah. But anyway, guys, there's a poll. Please answer the poll. Answer the poll. Help me out. If you don't know what is Daniel Wellington, you don't have to answer the poll. But answer the poll. Engage in the poll. Do you like Daniel Wellington? Do you like Daniel Wellington? Do you like Daniel Wellington? Maybe I should unbox my SHEIN package. Do you guys think I should unbox my SHEIN package? It's a SHEIN sportswear package, so I'm just like, is there anyone who would get value? I mean, by now most people probably have their gym sets, but if it wasn't for that, I'm just like, but yeah, okay. We're probably gonna end the live at almost 1, so I'll probably keep going for another 18 minutes, and we'll just see how it goes. I've already had 1 comment, 3 likes to the live, and I'm just like, I'm grateful for that, but I wish people weren't as afraid to just engage. And what's Daniel Wellington? Hey, what's good, man? Thank you so much for that comment. So Daniel Wellington is a watch brand. Watch brand. Let me just so Daniel Wellington, let me see if I actually have pictures on my camera. Where's my battery now? Hold on, let me just show you a couple of. So Daniel Wellington in a nutshell is a watch brand, right? They sell watches, they sell smartwatch accessories. I'll show you one of the most popular watches that they have in a minute. Just hold on, just give me some time. Oh, yeah, this is kind of gonna take a while. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, this is my camera roll. So I'm just looking basically for. That's me and my boy. Me and my boy. That was our first ever fashion campaign. That's me and my boy again. Me and my boy. 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 Me and my. Okay. We're getting hot. So that is a Daniel Wellington watch. I hope you can see. Bro, I really like your content. You have no idea. I was actually so skeptical of SHEIN until I saw your content. I'm literally buying from SHEIN this month. I have you to thank for it. Oh man, you don't understand how much that means to me. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Because my whole thing as a creator, especially also as someone who doesn't come from money, is understanding that there's people who, well, come from the same background that I do and would really appreciate the plug of, being able to get some of these trendy items for less, or just be able to, also just not break the bank when they are trying to buy something. So I really appreciate hearing that, and thank you so much. And just know that it's my pleasure. Like I live to give people that kind of value. Like I hope the content I create is not necessarily to flex or to be like most other creators, but it's just to know that there's people who could do with a more affordable plug, and it helps. It helps. Like when creators like myself never forget that not everything has to be like you showing off the luxury brands. Sometimes you can still create for the school kids, the people who are on a tighter budget, etc. Not create unnecessary pressure, because I'm like, I know in the fashion industry or fashion game, there's a lot of people who force other people to make very expensive buys, which there's nothing wrong with, especially if you have the money. But sometimes it's also okay to just be a creator who's also influencing people to make smarter buys, because I mean, yeah, there's always a later on in life where you can buy luxury and designer, but at a certain stage in your life, you need to be also be put on and plugged that yeah, you must just do the SHEIN way. You feel me? Do the SHEIN way. Because that's also another package that I have. And yeah, I appreciate you for being so kind. And I'm like, yeah, blessings to you and your family. I'm not sure if you have a family of your own like I do, but I trust that you do have your family, as in like mother and father and whatnot. And blessings. I'm like, blessings. And thank you so much for being so kind and tuning into the live. This is actually my first time, and I'm just hoping, I can help someone or give someone value in terms of letting them know that if they want a Daniel Wellington watch, they can get it for they can get it with 25% off if you're there shopping it online, just by simply using my discount code at checkout. And besides that, I'm just like, yeah, it's almost Valentine's Day. If they're not buying it for themselves, they could buy it for a girlfriend or partner who likes Daniel Wellington. Let me be very specific, because I know there's some people who like more expensive watches, but Daniel Wellington is also a great watch. Other than that, yeah, I'm looking to obviously monetize my what's this my content. I'm still so far from monetization, in the sense that, what's the word, I don't have, I think, enough watch time on my longer videos, and I don't have, what's the other thing that I don't have? I forgot what I don't have, but yeah, I'm just now taking different strides at, trying to achieve that goal of, having enough watch time, having enough subscribers, that sort of thing. And yeah, but otherwise, and to anyone else who might be shy to hop on, I'm not gonna bite you. I'm trying to just give anyone who's willing to give me a chance value, in the sense that, um, yeah, I want you to know, if you want to buy from Daniel Wellington or SHEIN, that I have discount codes there or affiliate links there. And then also know that I have what I ordered versus what I got videos on there, meaning if you're unsure, please do check out my content, because it could really help you. You get to see firsthand how something looks, and or like how whatever you want to buy actually looks, versus like, how it's advertised and whatnot. Because yeah, sometimes there's a discrepancy. There's sometimes you can see that, oh no, this looks like this is not that. But sometimes for the price, some things can be overlooked. And I'm just like, yeah, my content is for that. My content is to make sure that you don't buy something and regret. I know how hard it is. Maybe, like I say, some of us are influencers, so we forget we forget the pain, or we can be so detached from, how someone who spent their hard earned money feels and reacts. Some of us, we get sometimes packages that are wrong, and we are not that mad over it, because maybe we got it for free. But I know someone who maybe is influenced by me and gets something wrong or something, would be pissed off and would be probably disappointed that I influenced them in a way that, you know, was not true to what they ordered, in the sense that, like, for instance, the nature of my videos, and sometimes people bully me on this, but I do not iron, I do not try to do too much to the clothes. I literally unbox them and wear them, so that the average person, or the person who is watching them, can see exactly what they will get. Because as a creator, I mean, you've had enough experience, I mean, making things look good, so you know how to fold stuff, you know how to style stuff, and then you also know how to obviously um, edit stuff to look better than it should. So I'm just like, yeah, trying to avoid that, trying to make sure that, people can see what they'll get exactly. And yeah, but otherwise, thank you so much for liking this live, guys. This is my first time ever going live, and I'm about to hit 30 minutes. And I said, if I hit the 30-minute mark, I'm gonna dip, because like, for my first time, I don't want to do too much. I'm already on 4 likes, which I appreciate. And yeah, understanding internet people, I know maybe someone could even be watching me right now but not joining the live, and I'm just like, hey, it's kind of okay. But just remember, much of what I do as a content creator for affordable fashion, menswear, sort of, I just try to plug, because also in promoting affordable fashion, I know I'm not one of those people who are contributing to, like, people being very materialistic or unnecessary. I know I'm contributing to people who, will love what they're wearing, especially if they didn't spend that much and it's that good, or it's like, what they actually want. And then, yeah, just like helping people make smart buys, essentially. You know? I never want to influence people to make, because I mean, I've as a person who's in the fashion industry, I can tell you some things are not good buys. And I say this because, like, for instance, if you're a creator, you get enough time to, like, see the different qualities, experience the different brands, see that some brands are actually only selling the name, some brands are only actually, you know what I'm saying? Some brands are selling the quality, but some brands, nah. And then, like I'm saying, I just want to inspire, to influence people to make smart buys and to make quality, affordable buys and stuff like that. But yeah, do you like Daniel Wellington? Someone just said no. Are you planning to do more lives on YouTube? Yeah, I am. It's just not as frequent as, like I'm saying, I'm more trying to chase watch hours or watch time, because the only thing I'm left with in terms of monetization is definitely getting my watch time or watch hours up, because I'm realizing I wouldn't say the mistake, but I create a lot of short format videos. So my algorithm, or the my short form videos get pushed out more than my long form videos, which I think some creators have warned others, some of us against that, and they've said, yo, if you want, like, if you are going after that YouTube bag, it's best to not post a lot of shorts there. Start with maybe long format videos and stuff. But um, yeah, I just feel I prefer like the short format videos. But anyway, that's long story short. From going live to maybe posting more longer format videos, that's what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to monetize my YouTube. Well, as a South African, it's kind of hard to monetize your platforms like Instagram, because on Instagram I only get paid by the brands I work with, and I only get paid as an affiliate for some of the brands that I work with, but never by the platform itself. At least on YouTube, you can get paid by the platform. On TikTok, as well, as a South African, you can't necessarily get paid by the platform itself. You have to do it via brand partnerships. But like I'm saying, on here, at least on here, I'm just like, I just need to figure out like my audience, and I just need to get my audience to kind of maybe know me. Hopefully, it'll make it easier for them to engage, and also be, yeah, just for them to engage, because I feel like if they can engage, then my videos can get pushed out to more people, and if they can get pushed out to more people, then it's easier for me to monetize. Whereas, like, if they watch and don't engage because maybe they don't know me, they're not connected, or they're, I don't know, social media stuff, then it could be hard for me to monetize, especially if I create shorts and I create long short format videos here and there. But yeah, I'm if it's gonna prove feasible, like, definitely, because I feel like if you ask anyone, depending on whatever they are trying, how much it makes them, like, the likelihood of them repeating is definitely on that. Like, for instance, if I were to ask you, like, let's say if you are an Instagrammer and I were to ask you, are you planning on doing more, posting more on Instagram? If you're making money, trust me, you're not gonna doubt it. Or if you are giving your audience value and you're getting a sense of community from your audience, trust me, you're gonna want to keep going. So that's the thing. Like, you see, I've gotten one of the things that kind of scared me was maybe if I got a couple of trolls or people who hate me, because I've gotten a couple of guys comment weird things on some of my videos. Some people really hate SHEIN. But anyway, one of the things I was scared of is that, because also I'm a Christian man. So I don't have time to be belittling or, like, just going back and forth with people, strangers on the internet. I believe in respect and kindness, and all the good stuff, you know. But anyway, my point is, yeah, one thing I was afraid of was, you know, getting a lot of trolls or getting a lot of mean guys, because I see other people who go live, and I realize people are so mean on here, or just on social media in general. And I'm just like, yeah, as long as I get good people, as long as I get people who show that, you know, they appreciate certain things and they understand certain things, oh, that's where I want to be. That's what I wouldn't mind, you know, making or dedicating some of my time towards, because I'm like, those are typically people who, um, like for instance, you saying that, um, what's the word? You saying that you're gonna buy, or now that you have more courage to buy. That is very encouraging, but also it will help me earn, you understand? So it's like whenever you serve people who don't mind supporting you, or who don't mind doing something because you influence them, that's always a win-win for everyone, you know. So I love those kind of situations in a nutshell. That's why I don't force myself to do weird things for likes and numbers. I just keep it simple, you know. And then actually, to answer your question, how's your walk in Christ? It's tricky. It's tricky, but I still stand on it being the best decision I've ever made, because you know I've experienced a lot of favor that I can't explain. You know, and I owe that, or can attribute that to, you know, the faithfulness of God. So yeah, yeah, it's been. I wouldn't say a roller coaster, because obviously I've experienced some of the hardships that I've experienced in my life, you know, like I lost my mom at a young age, and yeah, like that was kind of hard. But having been brought up in Christ, knowing God, having God, oh, that has helped me a lot. And also navigating, like, you know, influencing or fashion industry, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on here, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, just having Christ has helped me say no to some brand deals and say no to some coins. But um, for that, nah, it didn't prove to be bad decisions. Like, for instance, if I was recently approached by some other gambling, it's a gambling company. They wanted to pay something, but they were just not. I didn't feel. Firstly, they were not professional, but also it's a gambling thing, you know. So I was just like, you know what? Sometimes as a creator, as a smaller creator, I need the money, you know. I could make an excuse that I need the money, but I was like, nah, man, not all money is good money, you know. I don't care how much I need the money. I'm just like, you know what? I don't like the vibe here, and I don't feel good about, you know, the fact that it's a betting company or gambling thing. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll just mize this. You know, I mize them, and then, you know, for my other campaigns, things started, you know, working out even way better than I had anticipated. Like especially this past December, you know, with Black Friday sales, for most people then, or for most creators who are affiliates and associates, they experience like a good time and stuff like that, and I was one of them. So I'm just saying, yo, my faith, or my walk with Christ has been, and I say this, it hasn't been perfect, you know, but it's been amazing, and I recommend it, because I'm just like, some of the things I experience, you know, things like that. Like, for instance, choosing to be a creator who's not, you see, obviously, I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm also a junior engineer. So I'm not bad, like mentally. I'm okay smart. I can figure out people. I can understand trends. I can see what people like, and I can also obviously strategically produce content that I know will perform, but I know is not, you know, morally and ethically, nah, you understand. So the reason I have the courage to not want to do that, or to be okay with not doing that, is definitely my faith in God, and, you know, just getting assured that um, it's worth it to be a believer, you know, because it's one thing, I guess, to be a believer and maybe feel stagnant and stuff. But anyway, are you a Christian? Let me ask you that. Are you a Christian, and how's your walk as well? But yeah, I can only imagine, man. We really need the Lord for literally everything, including decision making. Amen. Amen. I'm glad you said that, because yeah, the reality is, wherever there's money, never be fooled. Wherever there's money, power, influence, just know, in as much as the good people are doing their bit, are doing their bit, there's also, the other guys doing their bit as well, or doing too much. Because, like, for instance, in fashion, say some of us are trying to influence the average person to dress, modestly or covered up, or then there's the guys who are trying to influence people to dress less and to show everything, and to maybe dress a bit feminine, or like unnecessarily. You understand? I'm not saying like my fashion is fully straight, because like as a fashion guy, you will have outfits that some people might feel like, nah, that's not much or whatever. But anyway, I'm saying, at least on the modesty card. But anyway, my point is, wherever there's money, influence, best believe, people from the other side, or the kingdom of darkness, is also there. They're always operating and fighting, and I guess the most important thing is always, the souls which you win for the whichever kingdom you represent. Like, for us as Christians, the souls we hope to win are for the kingdom of God, you understand, or the kingdom of Christ. And obviously, the other guys, they're hoping, you know, I'm not going to say they're hoping you go to hell with them, but they are trying to win you over for the kingdom of darkness, which is kind of, uh, yeah, scary, but because that's the life they chose, they kind of feel like it's okay for other people to also go down that road with them, you understand? And I'm just like, you see it all the time, where it's like, how they're influencing you, it's just nah. And then you see it with some creators, that how they're influencing you is actually for your betterment, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, uplifting towards your walk with Christ, then yeah. And also just, yeah, but I think you get what I'm saying though. Yeah, I'm Christian, my brother. Jesus is literally the air I breathe. I kid you not. Amen. Amen. I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that, because also, I will say, seeing how you're moving, um, like the kindness, the time, or just you being a good lad, or just like engaging and stuff. I do expect such behavior from Christians. Sometimes I do experience it from other religions, though. But it's sometimes you can tell a lot by someone without even knowing their religion, like if they are actually Christian, because of how they move, and some of and how intentional they are. Which is also why I really appreciate, like, Christians who are intentional. Like when you get to that level where you are intentional about who you are talking to, about what you are talking to. For instance, it's so easy for, let's say, shallow Christians to be engaging, and they start talking about worldly stuff, or just things that are not going to attribute anything to their spiritual upliftment and stuff. But then if you get intentional guys, and they're talking about weird things, one of them is quick to, maybe by the grace of God, hopefully, always, one of them will be quick to realize that, yo man, let's talk about things that are building or like uplifting, rather than gossiping and engaging on worldly things that don't help that much. But yeah, ultimately, I'm just like, it's also so good to experience, you know um, Christians who are intentional. Hey, like, like I'm saying, when you don't have to ask what someone is, but you can just tell by how they're being, that nah, there's this person is speaking from a point of, um what do you call, their spirit man is alive. They treat people maybe how they want to be treated. Because another sad thing, when you're like doing influencing, you get to realize there are some creators, they don't believe in maybe treating others how they want to be treated. Some people just want to be praised all the time and be looked at as like, the the main thing, the main guy, forgetting to support other people. You know, you'll get creators like that who are not supportive, but they expect to be supported. But yeah, currently I feel like I'm just yapping. But if if you were in content creation, maybe you would probably relate. I'm gonna. Do you create content yourself, if I may ask? And with that said, I'm just like, yeah, as a creator, I've experienced that a lot. You know, like there are guys who don't understand that sometimes we support each other for, you know, to support each other, and not necessarily that we are fans like that. But I will say, like, especially for me, I experience a lot of bigger creators showing me love. Like most of my favorite creators show me love and recognize me. So it's very, it's very, what's the word? I always thank God, and I always feel, you know, like when someone who's bigger than you sees you as a smaller person, it's very humbling. It's like an honor, you know. But I attribute that to, you know, favor. I attribute that to God. I attribute them to those, to like specifically those creators. I attribute them that to, what am I saying? Specifically those creators, I assume they have grace, you know, and that's why they're acting like that, which also encourages me to never look down on maybe upcoming creators and other people who are smaller than me, because guys who are bigger than me are able to show me love. Then you get guys who in the middle, you know, who are always so proud, who always forget to support other people, etc., etc. But anyway, this conversation is kind of derailing. Anyway, my battery's about to die soon. I'm on 10%. Let me put my phone on battery saver and probably try to push my first hour on this YouTube live. So anyone else who's watching this, I'm just like, I'm a Daniel Wellington ambassador and a SHEIN ambassador. I have a SHEIN package here. It's a SHEIN sports package. With that said, my son also secured his first brand package, you know, meaning although we had bought him a lot of clothes, now we don't have to buy him as much because he also got a package with SHEIN Kids. So I'm gonna be so happy to plug with that because, you know, like I said, or like I always say, I just want people to know that there's more affordable options on some of the things that they like, and that is SHEIN, specifically if they know the exact stores and stuff like that. But anyway, long story short, I have that package. I have that package. If you guys want to see me unbox it, you can say it. It's just, it would be a situation of me just showing you instead of trying them on. You can see, oh man, that's really nice. Also, I have to say, it's such an honor to discover a creative, literally a young person on fire for God who dresses extremely well. Ah, you're being so kind. You're being so kind. Thank you so much. And now I appreciate that. And I appreciate you for being on this live and just being so positive. Mind you, I did say this is my first ever live session on YouTube. So to just be met with, I guess, positive comments means a lot. But more so like just intentional people, or just, you know, um, fellows in Christ. It's a blessing. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And then hey Katie, how are you? Hello, how has your day been? My day has been good. Has been good. Thank you for asking. And how has your day been? How has your day been? What did I do today? Actually, I didn't do much besides post a couple of videos because I had like a couple of paid partnerships, or one paid partnership video that I had to post today. But then I had to post on different other platforms because I also manage my son's account. He has an Instagram account, and yeah, so I posted there, posted on my page as well, posted on, I think, my Facebook or TikTok, both of my different TikToks. So I just spent the day like posting, eating, going live. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, just let me know how has your day been and how are you, and thank you for joining. And then no, I'm not a creative as of yet. Hopefully soon though. Thank you for asking. I don't mention it. Don't mention it because I mean, I feel like we're talking, one thing I appreciate is people who are willing to engage with someone like they are a person. You know, I hate how social media has created this facade where it's like, maybe if you look at someone who has followers or subscribers or content or whatever, you stop seeing them as a human being, you know. So I love people who are able to see anyone as a human being. Like, if you can talk to someone, you know, like one thing I love and appreciate, even though I'm a, okay, in South Africa, I'm not that much of a big deal, but I have brands maybe invite me to events sometimes, you know. So with that said, I'm just like, when they invite me, obviously they invite me to be like more of a VIP person or whatever. And I'm like, obviously, when you're invited as that, some people want to look at you as like a performer or like, I don't know, but like there's just that complex where they don't treat you like a person, you know. I hate that so much because I don't want to ever be put, I don't enjoy being put in a situation where it's as if like someone implicitly admits that I'm better, you know. I like when people, regardless of how many followers they have, they can approach me and, you know, just be themselves and be cool. Because I always explain to people that, like, for instance, if you look at a celebrity and you only see a celebrity, there's nothing wrong with that because I mean they worked hard for that, but you are not gonna be able to experience them as a normal person, you know, like, and most of them are normal people. That's why, or not most of them, all of them are normal people, are human beings just like you and me. And obviously, it's like some of them, the reason they even end up being with non-celebrities relatively is because they're still human just like me and you know. But like if you as a person have this whole complex where you can't even see them as a human being and you're just seeing them as a huge superstar or someone who must perform for you anytime you see them, or, and you kind of disregard the fact that they could also be having a bad day. Because like for instance, with some streamers like I Show Speed and stuff, you get to see some people are unnecessary towards them. Then you get people who know that, no man, this guy's a person. Let me be respectful. Let me ask him how this, and I can't lie, that's what I live for. Like that's what I prefer. That's what I enjoy because I'm just also like, I'm still a small creator, so I'm also not very detached to the fact that just because I'm a creator now, it doesn't mean someone else won't be a better creator tomorrow, you know? So like for instance, you're saying not as yet. And I'm just like, because I know that I wasn't always also like a creative, because okay, I was always a creative, but I'm saying at some stage I was just an engineering student who did not care about social media, you know. And I'm just like, if I could go from that to what I am now, I feel like most people can, you know. And with that said, I kind of like just appreciate and will never try to miss out on an opportunity to kind of like, you know someone on that level, or just meet people on a level that's um how can I put it. But yeah. I feel like I'm kind of yapping a lot and probably derailing anyone else who's watching this. I hope you know that the purpose of this live was to hopefully give you value in the sense that I'm an ambassador for Daniel Wellington, SHEIN. I have an Amazon storefront, an LTK storefront, and what else? I work with a couple of brands, or I've worked with a couple of brands. Most of the brands I've worked with, you can see them on my Instagram. And yeah, the value that I was hoping to give throughout this live was letting you know that you can save, especially now it being Valentine's Day. If you want a Daniel Wellington watch, if you know what is Daniel Wellington watch, if you know the brand, you know, you can use my discount code to get 25% off on your online orders. And if it's not that, well, I'm also a SHEIN influencer, or I have a SHEIN package, sportswear to be exact. If you wanted to see that unboxing, I would do it. It's just I'm running out of time because I said I would be on this live for an hour. So I'm looking at, obviously, um, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to fully now do that unboxing, but yeah, I was hoping you would, if you wanted to, I would do that unboxing for you. But otherwise, yeah, just to also um take a leap of faith on my side and put myself out there, because I'm just like, I'm realizing obviously I'm not getting any younger, but like the more I delay certain things, the more it might be too late for me if I try later and not as viable, you know. Because, like, for instance, these sort of things of going live, there was a time I could have done it when a lot of people were still getting to know me and wanted to know my brand. But unfortunately, or good thing that it's not that late for me to still do it now, because maybe there's still a few people, but maybe just more intentional people versus when I was on the come up. Because when you're on the come up as a creator, it's kind of like too many people. You never know who's really there for you or who really is behind you. Some people are just there because maybe they want to get the same campaign as you or whatnot, or they want what you have. So there's also that aspect. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad I could do certain things now, because it's like I can still see and experience like the positive impact. I would hate to do this later when I can't even experience or influence anyone, you know. But now, excuse me, it's sort of like a good experience that I can go live and have a couple of, even if it's just a few people, because I mean for my first live this is actually good, but that I can go live and just have people who are not trolls, or like, wait, trolls, not trolls. Trolls is a different word, but anyway, trolls. Let's just say that. And then yeah, just experience even fellow Christians, because that was beautiful. I appreciate that. That will stick with me. I don't know how to actually even pronounce your name. I wonder if you're still on the live. Do you mind? Actually, I should check out your page. Maybe I'll probably see what's your surname and what's your name, because I'm also realizing we might have spoken, but we didn't fully. Okay, maybe you know my name, but anyway, that's not the point. Point is, yeah, just also to meet cool people like you, but also I think now I'm just speaking like I'm speaking to you alone. Let me just get back to yeah. But anyway, good people. I know some of you might be afraid or reluctant to just join the live, but maybe you are watching, and I'm just like, I'm a Daniel Wellington ambassador, meaning you can use my discount code if you ever want to shop from Daniel Wellington to get 25% off on your orders on Daniel Wellington. And then if it's not that, I'm just like, I'm also a SHEIN affiliate and an influencer. So if you want to buy something from SHEIN, or buy something that you, what's the word? Buy something that you've seen on me, well, you can double check, but you can get it with 60% off if you just check out my videos and find where I've either put the link or my referral code, or you can just comment and ask me to share the link.